Hey, what's up, Life Masters? This is Stefan James from Project Life Mastery. Today, I want to talk to you about mindset. I want to share with you an empowering mindset that if you choose to take it on in your life, it could radically transform your entire experience of life. And the reason why I bring this up is as a content creator, as someone that's always trying to add value, that's trying to create videos and podcasts and articles and training programs and resources that can empower your life. Why is it that some people receive the exact same video, training, or resource, and they get so much value from it? They're blown away. They say, thank you so much. They loved it. They had a positive experience. They hit the thumbs up. They leave a comment. They subscribe, and it benefits their life. Whereas other people that receive that exact same video, training, or resource will say that it's a waste of their time, that there's no value, there's no benefit there. They hit the thumbs down. They unsubscribe. And they feel worse off for going through it than the person that went through the exact same thing and they're better off for it. Why is that? You know, I'm fascinated by these things. And what I realize is that we all have a filter. We all have a mindset, a series of beliefs that determine our experience of life. That we interpret things differently. We have a different perception of things. And there's a certain filter that I have in my life that has really served me, that ensures that everything that I experience and go through my life, I determine the meaning of that is positive and valuable for me in my life. That's the filter, that's the belief system that I have. And so therefore, everything that I go through, I'm better off for it. I learn from it. I get better from it. And for me, that has served me tremendously throughout my entire life. And the people that, in many cases, that have limiting beliefs or a certain filter that doesn't allow them, it's like a blind spot, that there could be so much value and benefit right here for them, right here in this video, right here in that resource, but they can't see it because they have something that's getting in the way. A scotoma is what they call it in psychology, which is a blind spot. It could be right there in front of them. It could change and benefit their life, but their mind is closed off, or they have some sort of internal conflict, or they have a criteria of what is value for them that's too unattainable. They have such a high expectation that it can never be met. So let me give you an example of what this is, what this mindset is. For me to receive benefit and value, this is what it comes down to for me. I have a very low criteria of what it takes for me to receive benefit and value. It's very low. And because I have such a low expectation, a low criteria for receiving benefit and value, I always receive benefit and value out of everything. See, I believe that there's value in everything that life has to offer. And sometimes the value is not what you expect. It's something totally different from that. It's something unexpected. But because I have a belief that I always look for the good, I always look for the value, and I'll bring it out of something and take that and apply that to my life, it's always a positive experience for me. I never feel like I never got benefit or value out of anything. And so that's the mindset that I always have. So the low criteria, let me give you an example from this. Let's say I invest in a training program. A lot of people, they invest in a course. Let's say it's a course on how to build a business. Their criteria for receiving benefit and value is way up here. That this is only going to be worth it for me if I make a certain amount of money, if I quit my job, if I become financially free. So that because they have a very high expectation, they're most often are going to be disappointed. When they don't reach that outcome, when they don't reach that result, that expectation is not being met, they feel discouraged, they feel it was a waste of time, I didn't get any benefit, I didn't get any value from it, it was a waste of my money, and that's how they perceive it. For me, I never look at things that way. I never do. In fact, for me, I have a different criteria. So for example, if I invest in that same training program, I look first and foremost, did I learn something? Did I learn something? Did I learn something that might benefit me right now in this moment, or it doesn't even have to benefit me right now, it's something that could benefit me long-term in my future. Because in many cases, I learn things today that don't benefit me right now today, but they benefit me 5 years, 10 years, 15 years later. I remember when I was 17 years old, investing in books and resources and training programs that in the moment did not make a difference to my life, but 15 years later today is serving and empowering my life. And a lot of people, they're not looking at the big picture. They're looking just in the short term. They're looking to, the expectation oftentimes is to get rich quick. The instant gratification is what they want. The quick result, the magic pill. If they didn't get that, it wasn't worth it. So I always look at what did I learn, and if I learned one thing that can serve and empower me in my life, then it was worth it. It was worth it. If I watched a YouTube video, a podcast, a blog post, and I learned one thing that can benefit me today or in my future, then it was worth it. Because I understand the value of that. I understand sometimes that one lesson could save me a tremendous amount of time, money, pain, stress, frustration. That could save all of that from that one thing. Because in any moment, I believe that your life can change. I don't think that you need anything big for your life to change. I don't have a big criteria for something to change my life. I believe it's the little things in life. Sometimes your life can change with one new idea. One new idea, a little idea can change your entire life. Sometimes it's one new thought, one new belief system that by watching a video, you make a new distinction, a new belief that you allow to enter into your mind. And that new belief system is like a piece of program. It's like an app, a software that's been uploaded to your brain that can change your entire experience of life. And sometimes it's not anything new. Because as you've been through the journey of self-development and business and watching a lot of content, consuming it, there's not many new ideas, but sometimes the benefit and the value is hearing something you've already heard that strengthens and reinforces that belief that you already have, but now it's stronger. Now it's more powerful. Now it's deeper in your psyche. And by reinforcing that belief and making it stronger, it benefits you even further in your life, because I've always said that repetition is the mother of mastery. The repetition of it, you got to hear it again and again. Sometimes it takes 100 times for you to hear it, to get it, and to integrate it, and actually do it and apply it to your life. Sometimes one new distinction, one new insight can change your entire life. I mean, if you look back at your life, hasn't there been moments of one little thought and idea or belief that changed everything for you? You know, I can think of many moments of my life where it was those little things, and it's the little things of the videos that I consume, the books that I read. Again, most often it's not anything new, but it's reinforcing it and conditioning my mind to be where it needs to be to create the life that I want. So sometimes it's what you learn. Sometimes for me, when I go through something, if what I invest in, or if that video that I watch, if it gets me to take any new action in my life, if it gets me to in action and make momentum and get motion in my life, then for me that was worth it. Because whenever you're taking action in your life, you're becoming more. You're becoming better. You're improving yourself. You know, I can think of moments in my life where I go through a course or a training program, or I learn something. Maybe it's learning how to dance, it's learning Spanish, and I didn't achieve the result that I wanted. I had an expectation that I have to be proficient at that, but I didn't. But that was not a waste of effort or time. I got value and benefit from it because of the process that I went through. I'm better off for it. I gained life experience from that. That's invaluable. That experience allows me to live a richer life. It allows me to serve you and create videos and content. And by me sharing my experiences, my successes and failures, I can make a better impact. That's never wasted. There's tremendous value there for me. Or by going through the process, it got me to take action. It developed discipline, willpower, my ability to follow through, my creativity, new thoughts and ideas that were stimulated by that. It strengthened my character. It developed myself in some way, shape, or form, regardless of whatever the outcome was. I'm better off for it. Sometimes for me, if I go through something and it helps me help one person, it was worth it. Sometimes that one person's myself. Sometimes it's someone in the moment, and sometimes it's someone that I haven't even met yet. Because I always think big picture. There's many seminars I've gone to, many books that I've read that were not directly applicable to me, and I'm still obsessively taking notes on it because I think one day in my future this might apply to me, or there might be someone in my life that can benefit from this. There might be someone in my life. There might be one of you that reach out to me one day and you have a problem in your life, you have an addiction, you're looking for help in something, and because of what I've learned and gone through, I can share and pull from all the experiences that I've had and be able to help you, and that could change your entire life. By helping one person, it was all worth it. Even if that's yourself. So that's the perception that I have. That's a belief system that I have. That's a psychology, a mindset. 80% of your success in anything is going to be your psychology, and only 20% is going to be the mechanics. And because I have a low criteria for value, I always receive benefit and value. I could watch the same video again and again and again and hear the same things over and over again, but sometimes hearing it in a different way, I create a different interpretation or meaning from it, or it conditions that and reinforces it that much deeper. And I was thinking about this too, and I think a lot of people, why don't they get benefit and value? And I think that's the reason. They make it so hard for themselves. There's value in everything. There's good in everything. There's beauty in life all around you. But most people, they can't see it. That's why a lot of people, to be depressed, you have to cancel out and not see all the beauty and richness that's available for you in your life. Because right now in this moment, I can guarantee that there's things that you could be grateful for, there's things that you could be happy about in your life, no matter what you're going through, that you could appreciate. Sometimes it's just waking up in the morning. We lose sight of how much of a gift that is. Waking up and having another day of your life. I mean, isn't it crazy how we take that for granted? That there's billions of people that have lived this life that we've lived, and they no longer have that experience that we have to wake up another day of our life. Life is short. We got to appreciate that every day. We can't take that for granted. But to do so, it requires us focusing on appreciating. It's changing our expectations to appreciation. Sometimes, for me, I have a low criteria for happiness in my life. I think a lot of people, they're not happy because they think something big has to happen for them to be happy. They have to achieve this big goal. They have to make it. They have to make a huge impact. They have to make all this money. They have to attract the perfect man or woman in their life. And then when they finally do so, they'll be happy. For me, that's not my requirement. I have a very low criteria for myself to be happy, and therefore I'm happy all the time. For me, I can be happy from a smile. For me, I could be happy from a sunset or a sunrise. For me, I could be happy just going for a walk through nature. In fact, sometimes I just sit on a park bench for 5 minutes, and I sit there and I just observe. And I just think about and just take in the moment, the nature around me. I see a bird that's chirping away and walking around. And I think, wow, that's really interesting and beautiful. That's Mother Nature, right? Or I take in the scenery or the vibrancy of my environment, or I see the kids playing on the swings in the playground and their parents overseeing them. And I can get joy from that because I'm looking for it and I don't have this big criteria. It reminds me of the astronauts that went to the moon. They had this big goal, this big dream to go to the moon. They prepared their whole life for it. And they finally made it, and it was a big accomplishment and celebration, and they have a big parade and they shake the president's hand. And then afterwards, a lot of them are depressed and suicidal. They turn to drugs and alcohol because their criteria for success was to go into the moon. And once they've achieved that, what's bigger than that? What do you do after that? And they never learned how to get joy and fulfillment out of a smile, out of waking up in the morning, out of looking into someone's eyes and saying thank you, or I love you, or I appreciate you. The little things in life can change your whole life. Don't create all of these expectations for yourself. If you do, the more expectations you have, the more miserable that you'll be. The less you'll get the benefit and the value from things that are there that can make you feel incredible day to day, but you're not going to allow yourself to see it. Right now in the world, there's a lot of horrible things that are happening. There's a lot of murders and people stealing and lying and cheating and trolling and all of these negative things that are happening right now in the world. And it doesn't take much to look for it. You go to Facebook, you see it all around you. You turn on the news, all of that is there being brought to your attention because the news is not meant to inform you, it's meant to startle you, to show all of that to you, to get your attention. And we have to condition ourselves and recondition ourselves because all of that is programming us. We got to reprogram ourselves to find the beauty and the joy every day because even though all of that horrible things are happening right now, there's a lot of beautiful things that are happening right now in this moment too. Right now, as you're watching this video, right now as I'm speaking to you, there's people that are achieving incredible things. People that are starting businesses, people that are pursuing their dreams. They're making decisions in their life to never settle and achieve more. People right now are falling in love. People right now are kissing. People right now are making love. There's babies that are being born into a world right now today of unlimited potential and possibilities. There's people that are overcoming failures and adversity and becoming inspirations and succeeding and doing a lot of good in the world right now today too. We can't be selective with what we focus on. We must condition ourselves to focus more on the good than the bad, because the bad is something we always have to fight to avoid. It's always going to be there. So we have to condition ourselves to look for and find the good, to fill ourselves up with that. And the more that you do that, the better quality life that you have. So all of this comes down to your psychology and your mindset. I know that any video of mine that you watch, any course or any resource, any book, no matter what it is, the benefit that you receive from it is all going to be a matter of your interpretation, your perception. Sometimes for me, it's just one person that benefits, and that's more than enough. One person's life that can be changed is more than enough and powerful enough. There will be people that will watch this video, they'll hit dislike, and they'll say afterwards, there's no value here for me. This video is a waste of time. I didn't get anything from this video. There'll be people like that because they still can't see it. They don't have the self-awareness to realize there's value. They'll say, oh, I already know that. That's common sense, right? But they have that filter that's blocking them from seeing it, and there's still benefit and value here. But it shows to me the defect in their psychology, in their system of success and happiness. Versus many of you will think, wow, this is great. I got a great insight. I learned something new. This reinforced something that I already knew. And by Stefan sharing this one more time, it reminded me of that. And today's going to be a better day for it. My life will be better off for it. You'll hit thumbs up. You'll leave a comment. You'll subscribe. That's how it works. All a matter of perception, interpretation, and it's the filter that we have based on the belief systems, our model of the world. That's why when you see in YouTube comments on social media, you'll see either the same video, but either a lot of negative comments or a lot of positive comments. Which one is true in the reality? Whatever you believe is your reality. Your reality is your perception. I choose to have a perception that's empowering and useful for my life. And because I always look for the good, I always find it. I always look for the value, I find it, and I get better. I'm always getting better. It's a process that never ends. Every day, every moment, better, 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 learning, growing, improving. My challenges, my struggles, my failures, I pull the good from that constantly, the value from it, and that's what allows me to get better versus the person that fails and struggles and they get down on themselves, they get discouraged because they're not looking for the value from it that they can use and pull, and if they did, they'd realize all of that is a blessing and a gift for them in their life. And they would move forward, and that's how someone becomes a success in life. And that's how someone also becomes a failure. It comes down to your psychology, guys, your mindset. That's one thing you get from me. That is enough that can change your whole life. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up. If you got no value, thumbs down. Let me know why, and we'll see what the reason was. But I want to thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos. God bless. Talk to you later.